there's apparently going to be a foldable iPhone. Leaks suggest that it's going to be crease free. Apparently in production they're doing a really good job at getting the crease to be free. It's apparently gonna be a very, very durable hinge, so when you close and open it, I'll put on the screen what kind of material they'll be using for that hinge. It's possibly going to be larger, but in some of these renders I'm seeing a mixture, so it seems like nothing's really defined at this stage, which makes me believe that there's probably not gonna be an iPhone Fold coming up this year. I don't know, perhaps we will actually see after so many years of the rumors. The screen is probably going to be like an iPad kind of screen. So there's a lot of phones at the moment where they're long but not as wide, but I think the iPhone Fold or iPhone Ultra, whatever they choose to call it, will be a lot wider than we've seen before. Think about like an iPad mini. This is what the iPad mini looks like, and this is what an iPhone 16 Pro Max looks like. I think this was at the time, because this specific video was from last year. So you can see the iPad mini is not that much bigger than an iPhone, but it actually is at the same time. So think iPad mini when you think of the iPhone Ultra or iPhone Fold, whatever you want to call it. There's 3 iPhones, so a Pro, a Pro Max and an Ultra. So the Ultra being the middle one. And there's probably going to be no iPhone 18 base model or iPhone 18 Plus. The iPhone 18 is rumored to come out spring 2027, which is really, really interesting. No base iPhone. Just Pro models. Really interesting. Now the display, when it's unfolded, it's rumored to be around 7.6 to 8 inches, and when it's closed, 5.5 to 6.1 inches. So it's giving short and stubby. That's what a lot of these renders are showing me, and possibly an under display camera on the inside screen, which is really cool. So it could be all screen when you open up that bad boy, but that means that the Face ID might not be a thing. It's probably going to be Touch ID. Some people love that, some people hate that. Tell me what you think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Me personally, I love Face ID. It just seems very seamless to me, very easy. But I think the mechanics of the Face ID would bulk up the phone, and they are going for a thinner Ultra or Fold this time round. So that may or may not work. It's sad to see Face ID go, but will I actually be purchasing the phone as my daily driver? We'll get into that. But apparently the performance is going to be really good. You're going to have 12 gigabytes of RAM and the new A20 Pro chip. We know Apple Silicon is very proficient, efficient, all of the things. So it's just going to be super fast, lovely for your device. But yeah, but these are the 3 colors that are rumored to come out. I love that first one, but I really doubt we're going to get those first 2. But Apple are really moving interesting with these pro colors. We got a orange, we got a blue, and we got a silver last year. So perhaps we'll get a plum, a black finally, and a blue. I really like this blue. It reminds me of the iPhone 13 Pro, the Sierra blue. 10 out of 10. One of my favorite colors out of all the iPhones. Everybody was really mad at Apple for getting rid of that black. So perhaps this is their way of saying you're welcome. As you can see from the renders, it's looking like a dual camera setup on the back of the phones as opposed to a triple camera setup. I don't know how I feel about that, because if it's supposed to be an ultra phone, surely I'd have all the ultra facilities like the telephoto lens, but it's giving main camera and ultra wide. I don't know, when I think of pro phone, I think of 3,000 cameras. Perhaps that's just me. That's probably not accurate, but that's just me. I wonder how Steve Jobs would be feeling about a foldable iPhone. Does it go against the grain? Anyway, something that I was hoping for, perchance, was to see a cheeky stylus with the iPhone Fold, or a mini Apple Pencil, something like that. I don't know. Will it charge me £3,000 extra to have the pencil in the box? Maybe, but it would be nice to have the option. I highly doubt we're gonna get a stylus, but yeah. Speaking of a mini Apple Pencil or mini stylus, I really don't know what kind of case is gonna work with this iPhone, because I've struggled to find or like cases on other foldable phones. It just doesn't make sense to me, because it's half this, half that. The material's all weird. I don't know. I haven't found any accessories I like for foldable phones. But yeah, anyways, I digress. I'm already thinking about about the accessories and we don't actually know if this is real yet. We're probably going to see Apple's C2 chip, which means faster modem, faster connectivity, and possibly 5G via satellite. Don't know what that's going to look like, but perhaps it will be unveiled this September. That would be really cool if they are able to pull that off. But housing all of these components is apparently going to be a really thin chassis. Apparently when it's unfolded, it's going to be a lot thinner than the iPhone Air. Now, I don't know how they're going to manage to do that, possibly because it's a lot more real estate. You'll be able to fit more things across the board, literally. But an iPhone thinner than the Air? Boy, oh boy. But if it's thinner than the Air when unfolded, when you fold it, it's probably going to even be thinner than a lot of iPhones, which is really interesting to me. Also quite concerning if you think about it. But anyways, I digress. At the end of the day, I just want to know what case is going to look pretty on this. But will this iPhone actually come out this year? Will we finally see the iPhone Fold or the iPhone Ultra? Don't forget to hype, like, subscribe, like, hype. Bye.